Hi guys, hope you're good. Just about on time. Just about. Dale says hi. How you doing, Dale? Fish says bye. Bit early for that. How you doing, reluctant gamer? Hope you're good. Fish is back. Says hi. Durwood says hello, champion family. How you doing? Hope you're good. Fish says thanks. Okay for cover. That's okay. I put the players that you requested. That you personally requested. They've just kicked off. Interesting lineup today. Salah's not playing, which probably makes sense if you think about it. If I can find it. I think there was a admission from the manager. I don't know if it was pre-season or earlier in the season where he said he didn't really change the lineup enough last year. And when he didn't change the lineup enough, that's probably why they didn't go further in competitions. So I'm glad he's correcting that. My time is wrong. There we go. That's close enough. That is close enough. I hope you're also doing good, Derwood. Hope you're good, Bagwell. Fish says Cheske. Not too sure what Cheske means, but I presume it's something good. How you doing, Ikra? How you doing, Pixel? Hope you're good. Hope all is well with you. I think Galatasaray will win. let's hope not. Let's hope not. I think Liverpool will win 2-0. That's the prediction I'll go for. I don't think we'll lose this. If we lose this, that'll be a bit concerning. But you never know. Ooh, Galatasaray through, but Alisson saves that. Watching the Chelsea versus Mourinho, nice. Well, do keep us updated if anything interesting happens. I think I've got everything sorted out now. Fingers crossed. Corner to Galatasaray, about 2.5 minutes in. Cleared. Kabak Derby. Charlotte says, hey. Hiding SH says, what can I watch this on? Prime. If you've got Amazon Prime, I think it's on that. Every match is the Fish Derby. Yeah, this one's on Amazon. They might have exclusivity on it. I'm not sure. Curious about the formation as well because Salah's not playing. It looks like Sabozlai is right back. Gravenberch and Jones are central. This match it would be. They do it. They do these things deliberately to spite us sometimes. Mr. Gamer says hi. How you doing? What kind of games do you play? Hope you're good. Oh, Gundogan plays for Galatasaray right now. I forgot that. Mr. Gamer says, why is Dominic playing right wing? I think he's playing right back. So he's playing in Conor Bradley's position. He's played that position a few times this year. He first played that position, I think, 3 or 4 games ago. So 3 or 4 games ago, Bradley was injured and Frimpong was also injured. So Liverpool were desperate. So they played Szoboszlai there. And when they played him there, they find out that he was quite good there. So I think they're just sticking with kind of what works. I presume Frimpong is therefore playing in Salah's position, but we'll have to wait and see that. SH says every other match is on TNT. Yeah, it's annoying because it just makes watching football so expensive, doesn't it? And they do it deliberately as well. They do it deliberately. Fish with a dove or a bird of some sort. Finley says, is Isak playing? He's on the bench. He's not starting. Probably will come on later. So Isak's not playing and Salah is also not playing. I hate him out of position. I think he's one of the best midfielders. Weirdly, kind of Frimpong and Szoboszlai are in the same position. Like they're standing in the same spot. But no, Szoboszlai is the right back. Pixel just made a typo where he accidentally said I rate him more than McAllister. That's fine. Typos happen. No idea what that means, Fish. I can try translating it in a bit. They have a lot of big names in the lineup and the bench, yeah. I think this is probably the game where you would look to rotate. Certainly a criticism from last season was you played the same lineup every single game, which inevitably meant that you went out of the Premier League quite often. You went out of the Champions League quite early, went out of the FA Cup quite early. So he seems to have learnt from that and is willingly rotating in the games where he can rotate. Header by Ekitike goes over. Because I think the next game is Chelsea, isn't it? So you probably don't want to rotate in that game. Probably want to play the strongest lineup. Charlotte says, what's your favourite place to eat out? There isn't really like a favourite place. You know what I mean? Like if you haven't had pizza for a while, then the answer's pizza. Or if you haven't had chicken for a while, then the answer's chicken. It's just whatever you've not had for a while, I think. Mr. Gamer says, what do you think the score prediction? I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool. Wirtz wins the ball, then loses the ball. I'll probably go 2-0 Liverpool. How about you? Pixel says, you don't like Szoboszlai more than McAllister. Not more than McAllister, no. I like him. I think he's great. But again, it depends on the game. To be fair, it kind of depends on the game. Which one you play. But generally speaking, I'd favor McAllister. Finley says Gabriel is my number one op. What's an op? Is that like somebody you dislike? Oh yeah, because of the last minute goal. Yeah, understandable. All right, yeah, Galatasaray has big names. That is true. Galatasaray, not the Galatasaray of yesteryear. Pitch Pro says hi. It's raining right now. 'Tis the season of rain. The 2 weeks of summer that we have are now over and done with. So, unfortunately, this is the remaining 50 weeks now. Just rain and more rain. But I hope you're good. How you doing, Taster Testers? I hope you're well. Good win for you on the weekend versus Newcastle. Ikram says, shirt looks neat and stylish right now. Thank you. I think so too. Quite like it. I'm trying to match whatever they're wearing on the pitch. Fish says Galatasaray will lose because they don't have Muslera anymore. Fair point. Have you got a score prediction? Is there a official score prediction from Fish? Mr. Gamer thinks it'll be 3-0. I should ask, is that 3-0 to Liverpool or is that 3-0 to Galatasaray? But 3-0, inevitably. Pixel loves a workhorse like Valverde and Sabazlai. True, like my thing, like I do love a workhorse as well. But like for me, physical attributes can be taught. Like you can always make someone stronger and faster, but you can never make them more intelligent. So that's why I kind of favor the more cultured players, because if you really need to, you can get them in the gym, you can add on muscle, and you can make them more physical. Whereas a physical player, you can never teach things that are harder to teach. Oh, up is opposition, fair enough. Pitch Pro says, sadly, yeah. Umbrella season is officially here. Taster Tester is good. Last week of your leave, I see. How's your time off been? I hope it's good. Hope you had a nice time off. It's my leave starts when your leave ends, so that's good timing. My leave starts next week. Pitch Pro is going for a 3-5. I mean, if we get 8 goals, I'll be pretty happy. I think Mr. Gamer, was it 3-0? Finley says, colour on the shirt is beautiful. I still hate you for the last minute winner. That's okay. That's all right. It's understandable. That's understandable, to be fair. Taste Tester says, how about you? Are you good? Yeah, not bad. Going on holiday on Saturday. So I'm just kind of laser focused on that at the moment. Not looking forward to waking up at 6 a.m. Nah, shit, not 6 a.m. 4 a.m. Not looking forward to waking up at 3 a.m. I should really write this down. So if the flight is at 6 a.m., that means I need to get to the airport at 4 a.m., which means I need to wake up at 3 a.m. So yeah, not looking forward to waking up at 3 a.m. Hiding Cyril, what a game against Palace. What a game, yeah. What a game indeed. And I share the sentiment that you've posted at the end there. It was such a sucker punch. Just to basically lose at the very end. Ekitike is through from Gakpo. Ekitike. Gakpo. Oh, cleared off the line. Verts. Not bad. Finley says, how much was the cap? I've been looking to get one soon, but I don't know how much to save. This is not a real cap. This cost me £10, not like £12. But it looks real. LFC Moose says, where you going? Canada, which I'm looking forward to. Never been before. Why is a player down? What's happened there? Did Pixel's bestie just give away a penalty? There's nothing in that. There's nothing in that, to be fair. There's nothing in that. I don't think Sabazlai even touched him. Like genuinely. Sabazlai. But to be fair, I don't think oh, that's a fair point. You are saying that, to be fair. That's not a penalty. That's genuinely not a penalty. Like, me being unbiased, like he didn't touch him. What the F? Now Asiman's gonna take a penalty. Who got a penalty? Galatasaray, but genuinely, I don't think that was a penalty. That is a bizarre decision. I think the referee's been conned there. Goes down the middle. Alisson almost saves that, but it is 1-0. That is pathetic. That is pathetic. Like any of the neutrals, like, do you guys think that was a penalty? Because I don't think that was. But it is what it is. No point crying about it now, I guess. What do you think about Sheffield Wednesday? Don't know too much about them, if I'm honest with you. Atletico Madrid are up 1-0 versus Frankfurt, and Marseille are up 2-0 versus Ajax. And Galatasaray are up 1-0 now as well. Well, there'll be plenty of goals tonight, that's for sure. Yeah, like as kind of Kieran saying, never a pen. And I tried to be unbiased, like with the Salah, was it against Crystal Palace where the ball touched Salah's hand? I was thinking that's not a goal. Salah's clearly handballed it. Ooh, that's a nice pass by Wirtz to Frimpong. Better. Kane scored for Bayern, as always. Up the red, says Mr. Gamer. Finley says you got a taste of what you've been doing to everyone. Taste the Testers has been doing well on his soccer betting. Relaxing, catching up on Netflix. Nice. Anything good on Netflix worth watching? Mr. Gamer says, what position do you play? To be honest, I don't have enough people who like football at my age to continue playing. But when I used to play midfield, but more like defensive rather than attacking, if I'm honest with you. Damn right, Kennedy. It does. Terrible decision. Awful decision. But it is what it is now. It's happened. No point. We just got to move on. I hoped I was Mascherano. I was more bit clumsier. So like, there was a player who used to play alongside Mascherano at Liverpool called Mohamed Sissoko, who we bought from Valencia. I was probably more like Sissoko than Mascherano. Mascherano was maybe a bit too athletic. 1-0 Chelsea, says Dawood. The goals are going flying in. Oh, you remember Sissoko? Yeah, Sissoko was good. To be fair, like before he got a terrible injury, he was very good. To the point where I remember there was like a time period where people kept saying, play Sissoko instead of Alonso. Like that was the talking point. I remember that like 20 years ago. So yeah, Sissoko was good, but like when he got injured, things are not the same for him. Charlotte says beard goals achieved. Thank you. I did have to diet again because it's getting a bit too patchy. Go on, Ekitike. Oh god, it gets tackled. John Bonds declared bankrupt. Wow, 1.5 million. That's insane. Not to be judgmental, but like, how do you have millions of pounds and go bankrupt? I don't understand that. Oh, I was about to go on a full rant, but I'm like, I don't know his situation. But yeah. Taste Testers watched Clickbait. It was very good. What's that about? Because I need some shows for the flight. I've downloaded some movies and things. But Clickbait. The last thing I watched. So Clickbait. I Google Clickbait Netflix, and the first thing I get is Clickbait is one of the worst things I've ever seen. But to be fair, IMDb's got 7.2 out of 10. That's quite good. It's about a family man abducted in a crime with a sinister online twist. Okay, that sounds like my kind of thing. I'm gonna have to give that a go. Finley says, "Where are you going?" Like going Canada on Saturday for about almost 2 weeks. So tomorrow's game will probably be the last one. Barcelona PSG. Then I'm gonna miss the Chelsea game, the Chelsea Liverpool game. But I'll be back for the Man United Liverpool game. Thankfully, there's an international break, so I'm not really gonna miss much. Diaz looks happy at Bayern. He's playing really good. It fits into the team. Yeah, he seems to have settled. Seems to have settled in really well, which is good to see. It's he was always a player who kind of always kind of tried his best. Was never in the news for anything. Was never in the news for anything negative. Seemed a good person. Had that situation with his dad as well. So it's it's good to see. It's good to see things are going well for him. Finley says, "Now you've got to watch Newcastle versus USG as a goodbye to you." I'm not dying. You're making it sound like I won't be here ever again. But it is kind of funny. Yeah, should be back for the Man United game. Oof. Free kick for Kirkus. Is Robertson still Liverpool's most reliable fullback? I mean, it depends. It depends how you qualify reliable. I mean, he's the backup now. I mean, he's clearly the backup. And Kirkers is clearly the starter. I mean, based on last season, to be fair, Kirkers had a better season. But it's probably too early to make any conclusions based off this season yet. can't string two passes together, man. Jalila says, is Ekitike good this season? Yeah, really good this season. Surprisingly good. Better than everyone expected. So yeah, very good, I'd say. I think he scored maybe four or five goals, which is really good. Gakpo cuts inside. That phrase is probably applicable to every game. Yo, it's Flixie. How you doing? I need to owe Nunes an apology for what? What's the apology for? Harry says hello. How are you? Good. How are you? Also, how was that a pen? Yeah, clearly not a pen. Szoboszlai didn't even touch the guy. The guy clearly kind of conned the ref, and I was expecting that to be overturned, but they gave it. So I was crying about it for a bit, and then I was like, that assistant referee's got a massive nose. Although I'm not one to talk. But yeah, con the referee. They're showing it again now. You'd expect kind of decisions like that to be overturned, but it is what it is. He's even better when he keeps his clothes on, like most people, to be fair. Who committed the foul? Szoboszlai. Taste Tester thinks Galatasaray will get a red card and then Liverpool will win 4-1. I'll take that. Whilst they're at it, give a red card to the referee as well. Nunes would do so much better than Ekitike. That's how I know you're messing. But I appreciate the creativity. Harry hopes Liverpool wins for the girl that he likes. Nice. So the girl that you like, she's a Liverpool fan. If she is, I must say, you've got very good taste. Although, would it ever cause any issues because you're a Man United fan, she's a Liverpool fan? Would that cause like any contention, or am I thinking too far ahead? Who's Liverpool's best midfielder for tackling? Gravenberch, probably. Maybe Szoboszlai. But I'd perhaps lean towards Gravenberch. Fish says, Harry, you're single. Well, yeah, that makes sense because he likes this girl. So yeah, no, that makes sense. Harry says, I've had to go back to school again. Yeah, she supports Liverpool. No, we joke about it all the time. She calls it United, and I call it Liverpool. Yeah, I think you're in there already. But that's good. It's good. It's good that things are light-hearted. Because sometimes people take football too seriously. Felicity says hi. How are you, Felicity? Corner for Galatasaray. Taste the test. The results from earlier: Atlanta 2-1, Real Madrid 5-0. I saw it when it was 2-0. But like 5-0. 5-0 is a bit of a shocker. Haz says whey. Yes, whey protein is my protein of choice. Well, not likes, loves. Alright, yeah. Fair enough. Simon says, how did you concede the pen? It was a counter-attack. And Sabozlai was basically running to get back to the defender. Sabozlai genuinely didn't touch the defender. But the defender went down, referee gave a penalty. Fish is saying Harry is mine. Harry's like, no, she's not. We need to go back to our 2+1 midfield like last year. This system isn't working. Yeah, the 2+1 definitely felt a bit more stable, didn't it? You had like a solid base at the Verts. Good save. You had a solid base that you could kind of build upon. Whereas at the moment it's very fluid. And fluid can be good, but fluid can also be bad. Fluid can also be a bit confusing with respect to what players' roles are. So I think that's another maybe benefit of the system last year, in the sense that certainly it looked like Liverpool. Certainly it looked like everyone kind of knew their role. That was close there. That was close. Whereas at the moment, it feels like everyone's kind of trying to figure out their role, if you know what I mean. Harry says we are watching a film during Halloween. Now, is this like on a date or is this like at school? They conceded it by the ball hitting the back of the net. That is true, to be fair. Although it would be applicable to every goal conceded, but I take the point. Oh, Galatasaray through Osimhen. Oh God, lucky there, very lucky. Nicholas Jackson scored for Bayern. Okay, I might have to take back what we were saying about Luis Diaz, because if Nicholas Jackson can score, then there's definitely some sort of standards issue. Ooh, Harry's got a date planned for Halloween. Nice. Have you decided what movie you're gonna watch, or is it still to be decided? That's good control by Gakpo. If you want a scary movie, watch Liverpool 7, Man United 0. But that won't be scary for her. It'll only be scary for you. Fish says, facts about Fish loving the fish. To be fair, everybody loves you, Fish. A scary one? No, we have not. Fair enough. You've got plenty of time to plan. You banana. Banana is a new insult, to be fair. Oh God. Harry says, I don't love fish. I just accepted presents. That's a pretty good phrase, to be fair. I might use that. I might start using that just generally in life. You floored somebody yesterday. I hope that was in. Or I presume that was in a football match, not in the hallway. Speaking of being floored, Galatasaray players on the floor. Someone recorded it and we all had a laugh. Well, at least there was a positive outcome. Is this a fair contest? I mean, I'm still a bit annoyed about the penalty, to be honest with you. So the penalty itself was not fair, but it is what it is. Crazy FC guy says, bro, I'm from Norway, and the guy at Bodo Glimt missed the penalty and skied it. Well, that's hugely unfortunate. But I hope all is good in Norway. I've not been there yet, but it is on my list. Manuel says, Vamos Liverpool. Vamos Liverpool indeed. Someone robbed my mate's bag, a friend floored, so we just laughed it off. Fair enough. Dumfries scored 2-0. We need him at Liverpool. Yeah, you've mentioned him before, saying that you'd kind of quite happily take him at Liverpool. He does get quite a few goals, doesn't he? Especially I mean, I presume he's playing right back. But even then, he seems to get quite a few goals for his club. Seems to get quite a few goals for Netherlands as well. So I think you might have been right with that statement that you made during the Nations League. Curtis Jones, what's happening with Curtis Jones? Is he coming off? No. He skied it against Spurs. He was top scorer in the Tottenham Trophy, in the Trophy Tottenham one, as in the Europa League. I mean, we don't need to see Kanate adjusting his wedgie. There we go. Camera's back on the pitch now. Jones has gone down. Rio fan club says up the Reds 4-0 Bayern. Wow. Yeah, against Paphos. Harry Kane with 2, Jackson with 1, and Guerrero with 1. Do you think Liverpool should play more attacking football in general? I'd say yes. I mean, they're experiencing trouble progressing the ball, and that isn't just limited to this game. I felt the same in the Crystal Palace game. I'm not entirely sure what the problem is. In my dream team, I was first in my league. Now I'm nearly last. What league? Like FPL or some other type of league? The Sun Dream team. My mate made a private league. Nice. Rio says, hello, long time no see. You haven't been live in a long time. I think a couple of days ago, maybe. But yeah, how you doing? Hope you're good. Hope all is well with you. To be honest, I lose track of the days, but I'm maybe like 3 days ago or something. Fish, I don't think Harry has a girlfriend. I think he was saying this is a girl that he likes. DXR says, how much was your cap, bro? Like £10. It's not real. like 10, 12 pounds, something like that. Aiden says that was never a pen, to be honest. Yeah. So Bosley didn't. So Bosley didn't even touch the guy, and he fell over. I thought they'd overturn it, but unfortunately they did not. Friendly Oplumber says, you look very happy. I'm delighted. Interesting username, because I actually did some plumbing today. I don't know if it counts as plumbing, but I had like a blockage in my sink and I fixed that. So I'm more happy from that than this match. DXR says, oh, it looks real. Yeah, it looks it, but it is definitely not. Friendly Oplumber says, glad to make your day just a bit better, even if it was just my username. No, you did. I appreciate that. Caught by Allison. DXR had peri peri wings today. Ooh, nice. What kind of hotness do you get? Do you get medium? Do you get hot, or do you get extra hot? I can't lie. I generally find like hot is good. Some people have extra hot, but I find it hard to enjoy that. But I feel like hot is the right hotness. Medium can be okay, but medium can be a bit bland. I'm curious what you got. Fish says Santi Gazzola to his team. To be honest, it's possible. It's possible. You never know. Pitch Bro says, "Would you sack Slot?" No. Why would I? Why would I sack him? DXR, yeah, hot wings are the ones to go for. I can't lie. Some people have extra hot, right, and they think it makes them like super hard. Like, oh, bro, I had it extra hot, bro. And it's like your face was swelling when you were eating them. Are you sure you like them? But yeah, hot's the right amount. These condoms are playing so badly. I like that. Translation for anyone who doesn't know, that means a-holes. Oh, God. That is funny. Yeah, they seem to be kind of stuck in a rut at the moment. Will the size of the squad lead to unrest amongst fringe players? It can do if you don't play those. It can do if you don't play those fringe players in the game where you can play them, if that makes sense. But this is a game where you could argue he's maybe playing some of the fringe players in Curtis Jones. He's playing a fringe player in Frimpong. So he's giving them chances. I mean, to be fair, it's probably a bit harsh to call Frimpong a fringe player. But you know what I mean. He's rotating. And I think when it comes to some of the other cups, he'll rotate a bit more. And I think when you do that, it reduces the propensity for people to get, what's the word you used? It reduces the risk of unrest. DXR says, where you from, bro? First time here. I'm from UK. Are you a the R there is very important. I'm glad you added the R. I did grow up around there, yeah. Harry, what's a mignet? I don't know what that is. Could Wirtz play behind two strikers in a 4-4-2? He could. So you could have Ekitike and Isak up front. Who, speaking of, I really want to see come on in the second half. But the question would remain: if you were to do that, what do you do with Salah? Ellis says, "How are we looking? Not good." If I'm honest with you. To be fair, like Liverpool conceded from a penalty that was not a penalty, but leaving that aside, other than that, even then, not great. If I'm honest, like I've seen better. Can't lie, I've seen better days. Dawood is over this game. Oh God, it's on. That's how you know Liverpool are not playing, not playing well, and not playing in a particularly inspiring way. Because we've got a whole other half of this to go. Yeah, not great, but I'm hoping they will get. I'm hoping they'll get a stern telling off at halftime. Nazia says PU. I don't know what that means. There's handball shots there, but I don't think that was a handball. Oh, don't tell me he's blown the whistle. Neom says Salah should be super sub for a whole month. Well, he's gonna be super sub today because he's not starting. But the next game is Chelsea. So I think he's gonna start versus Chelsea. Yo, love your channel. Appreciate that. Appreciate the kind words. Oscar says we look so poor today. Yeah, poor, lazy, out of energy. You know, sometimes where you go running. Have you ever had a Sunday roast and then gone running straight away after? That's what these players look like. That's what these players kind of look like they're doing. Is the first half over? There is. The pain has ceased. I switched to the show that shows all the games. Fair enough. You'll probably get a bit more entertainment. Because to be fair, some of these games are looking quite good. That Pafos team, they've got one back versus Bayern. Atletico Madrid 3-0 up. Jonathan will be happy about that. You see this? So Real Madrid, they won 5-0. Atlanta 2, Club Brugge 1. Atletico Madrid 3-0 up against Frankfurt. Damn. Griezmann got 1. Lenormand got 1. And Raspadori got 1. Spurs 0-0 against Bodo Glimt, because of course. Chelsea 1-0 up. Galatasaray 1-0 up, which is lame. Inter 2-0 up. Dumfries, who you mentioned earlier, and Martinez. Marseille 3-0 up, and Pafos have got one back versus Bayern. Ah, yes, timer. Stop that. Oh. I met Salah recently in the Palace match. Have you ever met a player? I've had very close experiences. That sounds weird. Once I was staying in a hotel and I got in a lift and it was Michael Owen in the lift. So it was just me and Michael Owen in the lift. I didn't talk to him though. A couple of times when I've been working in London, I've seen Adam Lallana and I've seen Jordan Henderson twice. So I've like walked past players and I've been like, oh look, there's Jordan Henderson, there's Adam Lallana, but I've never like gone up to them and spoken to him like that. Probably other people who I'm forgetting. I feel like I'm forgetting someone obvious, but yeah, but I've never gone up to them and kind of said anything, if that makes sense. You see them at the games, but obviously they're further away. But the closest I've been was when I was just stuck in a lift with Michael Owen at the Park Inn Hotel in Heathrow. And why is he staying at the Park Inn? Like, the Park Inn is like not an expensive hotel. It's probably all that was available. What's your favorite candy to eat whilst watching movies? I wouldn't say I'd rather particularly eat candy whilst watching movies. I'm waiting to see who from Chelsea will get a red card today. Yeah. Or will it be just one, or will it be two of them? Pixel met Rooney, nice. Where was that? Was that at a match? Did you say anything to him? Nah. I always kind of play it cool. I'm annoyed I didn't. Like thinking about it now, being in a lift just with Michael Owen, I'm annoyed that I didn't. But I'd never be like, hey, you're Michael Owen. I wish I asked him like some sort of mundane question that shows that I don't care that he's Michael Owen. You know what I mean? Like after the fact, I was thinking I should have asked him, do you know what time the hotel restaurant closes? Basically. So that he thinks, oh my God, this guy's gonna ask me for my autograph. And I'm like, no, I don't particularly care. So yeah, I'm annoyed I didn't just ask him some sort of mundane question. Because the thing is as well, when I got in the lift, he got like his phone out, like his iPhone. he got his iPhone out. But I was looking at what he was doing on his phone. But he wasn't like on an app. He was scrolling the home screen, with the icons. He was just scrolling like left, right, and I'm like, what? So I'm annoyed I just didn't ask him some sort of mundane question. Pafa's goal was a beauty. Nice. I may have to watch that back. Taste Testers says, being in South Africa, I've met 2 players from our local league. One actually comes to get food at my workplace now and then. Nice. That's pretty good. I hope he's a nice person, whoever it is. I used to work in London, but I didn't used to live in London because London's super expensive. So I used to kind of get the train there. And kind of getting the train to London Euston, you'd always kind of see footballers and celebrities. So saw Adam Lallana, saw Jordan Henderson twice, saw Pixie Lott, the singer. I saw her there. Saw David Hay, the boxer. Saw him there. He was kind of massive, I can't lie. And probably a few other people that I'm forgetting. Did you see Szoboszlai free kick against Arsenal a few weeks ago? Yeah, it was amazing. It was it must have been goal of the month, surely. I'm not sure if they've given the award for that yet, but no, it was amazing. I hope that he's the designated free kick taker now. Because he was quite good at free kicks at Leipzig. Quite good at free kicks for Hungary. And now that Mr. 66 isn't there anymore, hopefully Szoboszlai can take more of them. Pixel says, lol, that's funny. I'd ask you for your autograph. Well, I'd ask you for yours first. So we'd have to see who was first. Ikram says that shirt looks fresh and bold. Thank you. It came yesterday. I wasn't really expecting it this soon, but it came yesterday. I know I said I wasn't gonna get long sleeve, but I ended up getting long sleeve. Yeah, I was watching it with my cousin. Amazing. Yeah, no, it was amazing goal. One of the best free kicks I've seen in a while, and not just the free kick itself, but also if you think about the implications of the match that it was in, because that must be like a very kind of pressured situation. A lot of players in that match, in that situation, they perhaps wouldn't go for goal. They'd perhaps they would perhaps go for a cross. So that shows that he's mentally strong. Yeah, Mr. 66 definitely betrayed us. That's why I don't say his name. I just say 66. Hamoudi says, "Come on, you Reds." Indeed, I think the Reds will, or the Greens, as they are today, will get a proper telling off and a proper disciplining at half time. Then they should come out stronger. Mr. Default says United. How you doing? Can you not say Galatasaray? Because then they'll lose. but I hope you're good. I've got to say as well, that's pretty cool username. I know I've never said that before, but like Mr. Default. But I hope you're good. Finn says we're being robbed. Yeah, never a penalty. It was see, like as soon as I'm nice to Mr. Default, this best forward oats. He does like his oats. They are a very good type of carbohydrate. But never a penalty. Yeah, didn't touch him. It's one of those where it was so badly not a penalty, where you look at it and then you're like, yeah, the referee's gonna overturn it. We don't need to worry about anything. But they didn't even overturn it. Hamoudi says on a slot. La 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 la. Where are you from? I'm from England, UK. How about you? James says, Amarin, what you doing, mate? Trying to develop a new skill before I get fired from Man United. I'm getting fired though, I'm not quitting. Because if I quit, I don't get my 12 million. So they'll need to fire me first. Can Pesci learn effectively training alongside Alisson? Yeah. I mean, you'd think so, yeah. You'd think as well that's one of the reasons why they haven't just sent him on loan. They want him to develop alongside Alisson, play alongside Alisson, and also make use of Liverpool's training facilities. So I would hope so. That's it. I've been thinking all along, like, who does that referee look like? That's it. Trossard. And that Trossard looking ref never gives us anything, yeah. Never gives us anything, and additionally awards penalties for the silliest calls I've ever seen. Soon as the second half starts, Liverpool will score. Ekitike with a goal. You might be right, because I think that has happened before. I just think and kind of hope they'll get a stern telling off at half time. That tends to rejuvenate them. Not for the full 45, but for at least another 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, ref hasn't been good. Ardell says, plays Galatasaray good? I mean, they've been okay. To be honest, neither team has really stood out. But yeah, they're playing alright. He did touch him, but it wasn't more like he turned and the guy's head was in the way. Yeah, for me, like, not. There wasn't enough. If there was a touch, there wasn't enough of a touch. Let's put it that way. Like if that was a situation on the street or in any other sport, I don't think the player goes down. But Salah's warming up now. We might see Salah in the second half. Might see Isak in the second half. How will Gahey's arrival affect Van Dijk's playing time? Well, it depends. It depends if he turns up in January or the summer. I think he will turn up eventually. To be honest, it probably wouldn't hugely affect Van Dijk's play time. It would more likely affect Konate's play time if he's still at the club at that time. Salah, come on and hug the corner flag and get used as a puppet. The second half's about to start. Set the timer. Reluctant Game is back, says you. Did they just take the goal kick twice or what? Sorry, the kickoff. Oh, come on, Amazon. You're literally running on AWS servers. You have no excuse to be lagging. You literally sell servers as a product. Is that the player kit? Indeed it is. It is. Long sleeve. Why the F is it? Pause it. Liverpool FC inspire unforgettable football nights. Well, let's hope they do a bit of inspiration today. Reluctant Gamer says, nice kit. Thank you. I think so too. It's looks nicer than I had expected. I can't lie. Oh, for God's sake, stop doing that. Yeah, I appreciate Frimpong plays right wing for Netherlands, but I'm not sure right wing for Liverpool is the best position for him. Like I'd rather have gone with Chiesa or something. if you want to give Salah the night off. Here he is. See if he can do anything. Skips past the player. Ooh, Ekitike. Ooh, almost scores a back heel. Bodo Glimt 1-0 against Spurs. They can't be particularly happy about that. Kirk has ever played football before? My God, he's bad. To be honest, last year he was very good. Last year he was in the team of the season, Premier League team of the season as the left back. He doesn't seem to be getting us forward as much as he did in Bournemouth's system. Like in Bournemouth's system, he'd be up and down the pitch constantly. Oh God, Jones has just lost the ball in the worst position. Oh, okay. I thought that might be a sending off for Jones, but apparently not. Jones needs to wake up. Yeah, I think melon is the best choice of fruit there. Chiesa has a knock. Osimhen's down. Osimhen might have a knock now from Jones clattering into him. Can Liverpool challenge on all fronts with such a heavy squad? I mean, you'd think that was the intention. Have a bigger squad, kind of rotate a bit more. But there are downsides to rotation. The upside is players have less miles in the legs, so they should be fitter for longer and have less injuries. So that's the positive. The downside is less rhythm. Because instead of kind of playing with the same players, you're playing with different players. So it's a balancing act. Marseille 4-0. Wow, 4-0 against Ajax. That is surprising. Because it's only 54 minutes there. Spurs tie it up. Of course they do. Bentancur. Bro, what's going on with PSG dudes? Like lots of their key players are missing tomorrow match. I presume they're injured. I presume it's fitness things, but to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure. I was planning to watch that match tomorrow, PSG versus Barcelona. But last I heard, they had a couple of kind of fitness concerns. So I was kind of curious to see who actually plays. Yeah, Tottenham 1-1. Is he still doing backflips? Just the thought of him doing backflips is giving me back pain. Come on, Liverpool, says Taste the Testers. Let's hope so. Free kick here. It's more in a kind of crossing position on the left. So Boslai is going to cross this in. Goes out for a corner. Reluctant Gamer says, I still see Liverpool winning this game 2-1. Yeah, I think so too. I think especially if they kind of bring Salah on, if they bring Isak on, and they take Jones off, who's having a nightmare. Tara says no foul. No pen, sorry. Which game is that? Or you might be slightly ahead of me. Spurs goal got ruled out, so is it back to... Yeah, it's back to 1-0. Tottenham goal is allowed. Oh, good save by Alisson. I don't know why Osimhen is allowed to run on through and have a one-on-one. Like, why? I mean, good save by Alisson, but Alisson shouldn't be... Oh, it's a rubbish pass by pass by Konate. But good save. Yeah, like it was a good save by Alisson, but he shouldn't have had to make the save. Oh, he's made a save, and now he's hurt himself. Tara says we will win. I agree. I think it will be 2-1. What do you think the score will be? Final score. I think Liverpool will probably win 2-1. Mamadashvili's coming on. Oh, for God's sake. I mean, Alisson made a save, so of course he got injured making a save. Looks like Mamadashvili's coming on. And now, how long's Alisson gonna be out injured for? Atletico 3-1. Oh, Frankfurt scores. Okay, Frankfurt coming back into it. Thirizon says really sloppy, but Galatasaray are playing dirty. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right on both of those. Galatasaray, they are getting stuck in, but equally Liverpool have been quite sloppy. Few passes from Konate were not good. Jones not concentrating. They need to get with it, man. Tara predicts a 2-1. I'd be happy with that. Yeah, I think 2-1 is 2-1 is sensible. That was a good tackle by Konate, to be fair. But even the kind of opportunities, both teams are getting opportunities, but the Galatasaray opportunities, they look more clear cut. And again, you can make the argument that Alisson is kind of saving them to a certain degree. But now that Alisson's off, let's see what happens. I hope Alisson hasn't got a long-term injury. Because, to be fair, all he seemed to do was just kind of dive for the ball. Like, I'd understand if it was a collision, but he just kind of dived for the ball. Tara says win Champions League. Do you think? I think if they sort this format, yes. I think they just seem to be stuck in a bit of a rut, and I don't know if it's mental or if it's physical. But in terms of the quality that they have, 100%. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to see some subs soon. Because you're approaching the hour mark, so you're gonna want to. If you've got Isak on the bench, if you've got Salah on the bench, bring him on. I think at this point. cannot string two passes together. And the trouble is, if you can't string two passes together, you can't really string an attack together. Bodo Glimt has bested many big teams. It's embarrassing for the big teams. Yeah, I think it's especially if they hold on and end up winning that. It's certainly shown there. No pushovers. Frimpong with a foul there. The General says, evening, how you doing? Hope you are doing good. Yeah, I think Wirtz was held back there. Galatasaray getting a booking, and rightfully so. How bad is Becker's injury? Not sure. He went off maybe 5 minutes ago. But subs are coming on now. So Isak's coming on. Salah's coming on. And Bradley's coming on. The thing is with Alisson's injury, like it wasn't a collision or like a bad tackle. He just saved the ball. So I'm wondering if it's hamstring again. Because nobody collided into him. He just dived and then didn't. He just dived and then didn't get back up. So we'll have to wait and see. Finley says not looking good for yous. Yeah, they've not been playing particularly well so far. But they've made some good subs just now. So I'm hoping this can inject a bit of energy into proceedings. Isak on, oh no. Isak and Ekitike on the pitch now. Oh, here's Isak. Better, good save. But that's better. That's what I've been missing. You will score in 85. Yeah, in 2 goals in the last few minutes. That would be ideal. Is Chiesa playing up? Chiesa's injured. So that's one player who typically gets last minute goals who's not available. Tottenham season always goes like fireworks, starts with a bang and fizzles out into nothing. Yeah. You can kind of make that statement about most teams, I find. everyone gets kind of super excited in the summer and be like, yeah, we're gonna be amazing, and then eventually it fizzles into blaming the referees, and then eventually fizzles into nothing. Yeah, he has been very effective off the bench. Kieza's not in the Champions League squad. He originally wasn't in the Champions League squad. But then why did he get added again? But then Gio Leone got injured. So then when Leone got injured, they took Leone out and they put Chiesa in. Nazan says hi. How are you, Nazan? Mr. Default says, words being bad makes my life as a United fan that much better. Well, charity does start at home. So we are more than happy to provide such a service. Nazan says Galatasaray win. Well, they're winning right now. They are 1-0 up. Spurs 2-1. I thought it was 1-0 to Bodo. I thought it was 1-0 to Bodo Glimt because they had a goal disallowed, didn't they? But I think to be fair, you said they scored another. Be honest, if Luis Diaz leaving, are you happy with Rio as the replacement? No, I find that a bit bizarre. Like, in terms of Diaz leaving as a solo bit of business, that kind of made sense because of the whole contract thing. So I understood that. But in terms of kind of replacing him with a 16-year-old, I was like, is that perhaps too much of a risk? And the thing is also, like, if you're going to replace him with Rio, fine, but then play Rio. But then play the guy you're replacing him with. You know what I mean? Like, they've replaced him with Rio, but then they don't ever play Rio. They just put Gakpo on the pitch the entire time. So it's like you've not actually replaced Diaz. You've just taken him out of the team. And you've left Gakpo there with very little competition. Oh, Bodo Glimt winning. Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah. 2-1. Finley says, surely Wirtz can't keep getting away with these performances, can he? Assuming he's been bad today. He's been okay. But to be honest, none of the team have been particularly good. To be honest, he would though. Like he would like. Liverpool aren't really a club that would kind of sell a player after 6 months or 3 months. If you think about it, Nunes was terrible and they gave Nunes 3 years. So I think if Wirtz has a 6-year contract, they'll probably give him about 3 as well. Jeremy says Liverpool have only played well in the first half against Everton. Slot has wrecked our team. The midfield no longer links with the attack. Too many long balls. I know what you mean. That I don't know if it's because McAllister's missing or McAllister's not fully fit. Like I'm not. Oh, speaking of McAllister, he's coming on now. But I know what you mean. Like there seems to be kind of a gap there. But that gap might be getting filled right now because McAllister's coming on. Would you rather live without social media or live without television? Probably social media. Live without. Mr. Default says, to be honest, Liverpool haven't been that good this season so far, but still getting results. Yeah, no, I agree with that. They've had quite a few kind of poor performances, but then scored like late goals, and then if you get two late goals, then suddenly you've got the 3 points. But no, I agree with that. Atletico Madrid 4-1. Inter Milan 3-0 says Taste the Testers against Slavia Prague. So have I picked the game with the least amount of goals again? That's kind of what I always do. Mr. Default says, if United got results, I wouldn't care if we were playing bad. Yeah, true. Finley says, what do you think the poor performances are coming from, even though you are getting results? To be honest, I think it's tough to kind of pinpoint it on one thing. But I think part of the reason for it is kind of McAllister's absence, because McAllister was always the kind of, close by Bradley. McAllister was always that kind of link between the defence, the midfield and attack. And he's kind of had, like, he hasn't really been kind of fully fit. He's come on now for this game, so he's come on at about 65 minutes. But he was like an ever-present kind of last season, so that could be one of the reasons. Atletico Madrid 4-1. Nice. Mr. Default says Malacia has returned to Man United. Sunderland aren't ready. Title charges, so on. What's the deal with Malacia? Like, did he go on loan to somewhere and then have they given him back? Like, well, why is he back? You know what I mean? I'm from Turkey. Nice. Why did the magnet sit on the fridge to stay attracted? Adam says, are you Ruben Amorim? Indeed I am, but keep it to yourself, because I'm worried that Ineos are going to fire me soon. So I need to find something else to do with my time. They are going to fire me, by the way. I'm not going to quit, because if I quit, then I do not get my £12 million. Amorim supports Liverpool. Indeed he does. Don't ask me to do an accent, because I can't do a Portuguese accent. Louise says, hello Amorim. I prefer Ruben, but Amorim works as well. Amorim's a bit formal, isn't it? You can call me Ruben, or maybe Rubes. Ruby Baby is probably a bit too informal, but Rubes or Ruben probably works pretty well. Yeah, then that is the reason. Yeah, if he... And to be fair, you can't really blame him, to be honest. 12 million will buy him a lot of hair products. Mr. Ruby Baby. The general says my chameleon can't change colour. He's got a reptile. That's very good. That's a very good one. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, if they've if they've given him the contract, he might as well wait to get fired. Because the thing is with Amarim, let's pretend he gets fired next month, for argument's sake. He'll probably take a break for 6 months, but he will get another job. Like he will get another job. Whether it's could be Italy, could be Portugal, probably not England again this time soon. Maybe Spain, But he will get another job. So we might as well just get fired, take the 12 million, take 6 months off, a year off, and then go manage in Spain or something. What's your favorite fruit to eat in the summer? It's gotta be mango. Mango is the elitist of fruits. I'm not greedy. I'd take 1 million, yeah. You would take a twelfth of what Amarim's getting. Galatasaray player on the floor. Kanate kind of headbutted him, but to be fair, they both kind of went for the ball, I think. Lithium says 67. What is this 67 thing? I don't understand. And I even googled it. What does 67 mean? And when I googled it, it said 67 means nothing. I don't know what it is. Like literally, I googled what is 67, and the official answer. And I didn't just click on the first website. I checked a few websites, and they all said 67 just means nothing. Who do you think will replace Ruby Baby? Probably Southgate, if I'm honest. Do you know what it means, lithium? Can you educate us and inform us with your wisdom? Or is it just a thing? Is it just like 67? Rio's Eye says hi. Noah says we're gonna score. Certainly hope so. Dave wants Arteta out now. Who would you bring in if you were to get him out? Joseph says slot out. Mr. Default says this is Manchester United we're talking about. It'll be Potter or Southgate, yeah. I'm not sure. To be fair, Glasner might be a good shout, but there's rumors that Glasner might go to City. Like some sort of interview was done with Glasner, where they kind of asked him about his future, and he was like, he was basically saying whatever happens, kind of happens. So he's kind of left it a bit open ended. So I reckon he will go, but I'm not sure if it'll be United or if it'll be City. Charlotte concurs, yeah. I'm gonna start using that word a bit more. I concur. We need Harry Potter. Yeah, Glasner is an underrated manager. I think he will go because that interview that he did, he didn't kind of make it sound like he wanted to stay. He was like, "Hey, whatever happens, happens." Apparently, Xavi wants to manage United. Really? I think you need to stop going for like the Hollywood names and the big names. Oh, is it a penalty? Or is Sabazlai being booked for diving? Is it a penalty? Is it a penalty? Oh no, it's nothing. Atletico did 5-1. Julian Alvarez got a penalty. Surely Amarim gets sacked by Christmas. Yeah, by Christmas, I think 100%, 100% likely. Maybe not October, because I think there's an international break in October for 2 weeks ish. Maybe November time. Hopefully Arteta gets sacked before Amarim. I reckon Arteta might be end of the season. Okay, now Liverpool might have a chance because now Galatasaray defending very deep. Salah crosses it. Ooh. The thing is with Slot, I don't know if it's a style of play thing. I think it might be could be maybe player familiarity. Because someone doesn't just go from like amazing tactics to like rubbish tactics instantly. There has to be more to it. Arteta's about to pull one of the greatest 007s ever. 0 Premier League, 0 Champions League, 7. Has it been 7 seasons? I didn't know it was that long. That's crazy. AK knows what's up. Watch Liverpool score last minute. I can't lie. I have got the feeling that's gonna happen. The thing is, though, we need 2. We need 2 last minute goals. Yes, agree with that 100%. Oh, I should probably translate what that says. Yeah, I was shocked about Saliba signing a new contract as well. I think the reasoning he gave, he said he's only really won the Charity Shield, and he wants to win something else. But leaving that aside, like generally speaking, I was surprised he signed. But yeah, I think they will get Kanate, to be fair. Kanate is good. He is good. He's not quite as good as he maybe thinks he is, but he is good. If Arsenal can do it, Liverpool can do it 100%. Can't wait for Palace to beat you in the Carabao Cup. I think we'll beat Palace, but then we might come up against Grimsby, and then we're screwed. But nah, to be honest, Palace will probably beat us. Palace are doing good, to be fair. I think they're second, aren't they? Imagine Palace do a Leicester this season. It's possible. It is possible. To be fair, like the Leicester Premier League win will still be more impressive, I think, even if Palace do it this year. But it would still be an achievement. They're a good team. I mean, defensively they're good. Got good midfield. They got Wharton. They got Mark Gay at the back. They got Mateta up front, who's good. Mateta was out muscling Kanate on the weekend. Grimsby are amazing. We'll find out if they're amazing when they face a good team. Sunderland top 8. I doubt it. I think the thing is though, like it's only September, and we've got all of October to go, and then we've got all of November to go, and then we've got all of December to go, and then it's just Christmas. So I think the table will look very different very soon. Tottenham 2-2. Wow. 90th minute goal. Own goal by Gunderson. Zaim says, Verts has been tidy, but tidy isn't what you want from our main creative outlet. I don't mind the result today, since Arne Slot is still trying to find balance, and you don't need many points in the Champions League. I hear what you're saying. So firstly, I think Verts has been fine. Some nice touches here and there, some nice passes, but I think you want more creativity, as you've mentioned. You want kind of more defense splitting passes. You want the emphasis to be more on kind of creating things ahead of you rather than just kind of doing the basics. So I think I agree with that. The result today, I agree. It's not the end of the world. There's loads of games in the Champions League. He experimented with Frimpong at right wing. It didn't really seem to work. Experimented with a few more positions, which arguably didn't really seem to work. So yeah, it's not the end of the world on the one hand, but on the other hand, it does give them things to figure out, I think. Because it would be 2 losses on the bounce, which is not ideal. But the good thing is the next game's against Chelsea, so that should be a nice easy one. It's really hard to get through when they've got 11 players in the box. Could Verts play behind 2 strikers in a 4-4-2 diamond? He could do. Ooh, penalty! We've got a penalty! Thank the Lord! Thank the Lord! We've got a penalty! We've got a penalty! It's okay. Order's been restored. We've got a penalty. We've got a penalty. I never joke you unless it's about Man United. Unless it's about United. I'll tell you if it was actually a penalty. Like, the thing is, Kanate and their defender, they both go and try and kick the ball. That's not a penalty. That's not a penalty for me. Because, depending how you look at it, either Kanate kicked him or either he kicked Kanate. It depends how you looked at it. Because their foot kind of collided at the same time. So they're checking VAR. For me, not a penalty. But I don't know. Mr. Default says Liverpool. For me, not a penalty, but I hope he gives it. Like, you know what I mean? But, okay, they're showing replays here. I don't think that's a penalty. He's wiped it out. No penalty. Hasn't given it. I told you. That's not a penalty. The thing is as well, he didn't need long to look at that. He looked at it like twice and was like, nah. And again, to be honest, that's the right decision. That's not a penalty for me. People are going to complain and moan on Twitter for God knows how long. Yeah, no penalty, yeah. To be fair, like I was saying, I don't think that's a penalty. Because, yeah, he kicked Kanate, but you can also say Kanate kicked him. And they're both looking at the ball. Mr. Default says, yes, do you take back the Liverpool? That is the important point here. Would you rather have a magic wand or ring? I mean, maybe a magic ring, because then you don't have to hold it, right? Like a ring can just be on you, but a magic wand, you gotta like keep it in your pocket. Are you home or away? Away. This match is in Turkey. Uh, 8 minutes of stoppage time. That's why I got it. Possibly. I mean, when I looked at it, I didn't think it was a penalty, but like sometimes I say that's not a penalty. And it is, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know the rules inside out. Hey, what happened? I don't know, to be honest. I've been paying more attention to the chat than the match. Zaim says, what do you think of Kirkes in his time at Liverpool? I thought he would be technically better. Yeah, the weird thing about Kirkes is, like, at Bournemouth, he was kind of running up and down the pitch all game. Like, run down the left, get back. Run up and down, run up and down, run up and down. Whereas at Liverpool, and I'm sure it's tactical, but he's not really doing that as much. He's playing more reserved and more cautious. I'm like, huh? What's that about? There are like little kind of inefficiencies and things, which I'm sure he'll work out. But yeah, what like I was expecting him to, you know, to a certain degree, be another left winger. So Gakpo's the left winger, but Kirkes is the left winger. But it that doesn't seem to be happening. So that's a bit of a surprise. But generally speaking, I think he's been fine. Corner, McAllister, ooh, goes wide. Mr. Default says Liverpool with 3 angry faces. VAR literally just didn't give them the decision. Or are you referring to the 8 minutes? The 8 minutes of stoppage time. At least my glass is pretty good. That's better than what we've been watching. Chelsea have another red, don't lie. They can't go 2 seconds without a player getting sent off. Yeah, João Pedro. 90 plus 5. 90 plus 5. 90 minutes plus 5 and the guy gets sent off. It feels like the universe was desperately trying to correct itself and say, look, Chelsea have not had a sending off. Let's send one of their players off. Well, it's a good thing they're up against... Oh, Galatasaray go close, which is not what you want to see. Good thing they're up against Liverpool next. Maybe Liverpool can beat 10 men, because Liverpool certainly can't beat 11. Three and a half minutes left to get a jammy goal. Come on, get a jam. Oh, you're not going to get jammy goal with a pass like that. Southampton beat Sheffield United. Nice. Taste the Testers says Spurs 2-2 full time. That was quite the roller coaster, that one. So it was 2-0 to Bodo Glimt, and they brought it back. Fair play. Spurs know how to score. We might need to head to North London to get lessons on putting the ball in the back of the net. People are going to be fuming today, so I will be staying off multiple forms of social media. Why is Curtis Jones still on the pitch? Tommy says Liverpool no possibilita for win. I mean, there's 2 minutes, but in reality, probably not. Fish says this is boring, 100%. Oh, that was close. If it was the previous manager, Ange, mate, Tottenham would have never come back to a draw. That is true. It probably would have been 4 or 5. Galatasaray player wasting time with cramp now. Okay, that I don't like. The Kanate thing was not a penalty. That's fair. But when there's a minute left and suddenly a player's got cramp, I don't like that. Tommy's lost 130 euros. I'm sorry to hear that. Come on, get a jammy goal. Ooh. Crossed in, not bad. Szoboszlai should cross it again. League of Legends, Dota 2 or Smite. To be honest, those are more like MMO games. I don't really play those full time. Liverpool have lost. There's 2 losses on the bounce. To be honest, can't even complain. Play rubbish, get a rubbish result. And to make matters worse, Alisson is injured now. So God knows how long he's out for. I mean, he got injured doing that weird thing called diving for the ball. Take care, fish. Taste test is off. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. Stay well and be safe. You too. Enjoy the rest of your annual leave. Hope you have a good few days. Take care. So Atlanta won 2-1, Real Madrid won 5-0, Atletico Madrid won 5-1. There's so many goals in these games, and I end up always kind of watching the game with no goals, or with one. Chelsea won 1-0, got another player sent off. Galatasaray won 1-0, Inter won 3-0, Marseille won 4-0, Bayern won 5-1. Well, I'm glad there was some goals in some games. Overall, that was rubbish. Mohammed says we got robbed. What specifically, as in the penalty, or generally? I thought the performance was flat, to be honest with you. Players looked sleepy. Hey, have you ever gone for a run? Have you ever gone for a run the first thing in the morning? Have you ever gone running first thing in the morning, like before you've eaten breakfast, before you've done anything else? That's how the players were running. Like they just woken up and they had no energy. Fish says Chelsea red card again. Yeah, João Pedro. João Pedro, 90 plus 5. I think that's 3 games in a row now that they've had a player sent off. Penalty and Galatasaray diving. Yeah, Galatasaray were definitely making use of the dirty arts. They were physical. What annoys me is when it's injury time and players go down with cramp, and the players don't actually have cramp, they're just trying to waste time. But equally, I'm like, you know what, Liverpool should have played better. Like, Liverpool knew Galatasaray were going to do that. I hope they would have had an answer for it. If you could invent a new sport, what would it be? If you could invent a new sport, what would it be? That's a good question. Maybe like MMA, as in like UFC, but like MMA where there's like multiple people in the octagon at the same time. Like a Royal Rumble. Yeah, like an MMA Royal Rumble where you've got to throw people over the top of the cage. To be fair, if you think about it, that would be pretty entertaining. That would definitely be more entertaining than what we're seeing. You got the receipt for Vert. What do you think about my MMA Royal Rumble idea? I thought that was a good idea. But yeah, bad performance, to be honest. Not just by any kind of one particular player, kind of overall. See, this is the downside, because they wanna rotation is good, because kind of with rotation, players get injured less because they've got less miles in the legs. But the flip side is you build up kind of less rhythm. You build up less rhythm with other players because you're playing with different players every time. So it's maybe the balancing act with respect to rotation was too far right last year, and maybe now it's kind of too far left. Alex says ref was terrible. Yeah, it wasn't great. The Trossard looking ref. Ref was terrible, but I thought Liverpool, to be fair, were also terrible. Yeah, as Max is saying, I've never seen build-up play as bad as that. Like I struggle to even call it build-up play. Like it was build, but there was no up. It was just build, because that ball was not moving up. It was purely build. Reluctant Game is back. Good game, bad result for you. Unfortunately, Galatasaray deserved it. Yeah, I mean, they got a goal, and then they did what they had to do. And the flip side is, I don't think Liverpool did anything to deserve anything out of that game. So yeah, I'd agree with you. I'd agree with you. Like maybe draw maybe would have been fair, but equally, if one team had to win, like if I had to say one team was better, I'd probably be leaning towards Galatasaray. Noel says, if we set off fireworks, it was at Anfield. 100% the club's getting fined. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I saw that yesterday. Yeah, they were doing fireworks in the middle of the night. Charlotte says, will Mamardashvili impress fans early in his Liverpool career? Well, he might have an opportunity to do that now, because Alisson got injured doing that weird thing called saving the ball. So he got injured just diving for the ball. Like, I'd understand if players get injured if there's a collision or, there's some sort of contentious situation, but the guy was just dived for a shot and didn't get back up. So I don't know if he's hurt his hamstring again, because hamstring seems to be like a recurring problem for him. So who knows how long he's going to be out for, and if he's going to be out. But yeah, now you'd think Mamardashvili would get a chance to impress if Alisson's out for a couple of games. Dave says Salah was sad he couldn't get his average last minute pen. Well, he almost got it. He almost got his average last minute pen. But to be fair, and I did say at the time, I was like, I don't think that's a penalty. So right decision was made. And to be honest, like even when the referee went to look at it, at the screen, and he just looked at it for 2 seconds and was like, no pen. Which is fine, because generally didn't think it was a pen. Like, I would have been happy, obviously, if it was given, but speaking objectively, did not look like a penalty to me. Joseph says, did Slot not have hair? He did have hair. He did have hair when he was younger. If you Google it, you can find pictures, but I'm going to warn you in advance, it doesn't quite look right. Whenever you see a bald person with hair, it just looks a bit weird. That Trossard referee never had a bad game, makes all the good calls, bring him into the Prem, yeah. Bring him into the Prem. He can play, he can referee the games of his twin brother, although I don't know if that would count as a conflict of interest. Joseph says Galatasaray deserved the win. Yeah, I mean, Liverpool didn't really offer anything. Like, they didn't really offer much. Didn't really offer anything of value. So, like, Galatasaray were at least trying here and there and were at least defending resolutely. So I'm like, you know what? Can't really compare. People will complain about, oh, it should have been a penalty, but like, people are just going to be letting their emotions mask the fact that that was a rubbish performance. If Liverpool want to complain, they can complain about themselves. Yeah, as Duke Dumond is saying, another awful performance. This build-up stuff this build-up stuff is far too slow. It won't work. We need to build up, a lot quicker. You're right. The thing is, it's not even build up because they're not going up. It's just build. It's build sideways. It's not build up. It's build sideways. And you're right. It is too slow because they're taking so long. It's giving the other team time to get back. It's getting the other defenders time to get back. So by the time they do progress the ball forward, about 6 weeks later, suddenly there's 11 men behind the ball and they can't find the space. So I think Duke Dumond is 100% correct. Matthew says your beard looks like Salah's. I think after Salah's performance today, we can say Salah's beard looks like mine. Jalila says the penalty is that undeserved? Was you deserved or undeserved? To be honest with you, I didn't think either of them were the penalty were a legitimate penalty. So I didn't think the Galatasaray one was a penalty, and I also didn't think the Liverpool one was a penalty. I think both should have not been given. Charlotte says this is always cool to see. It was like watching Arteta's haram ball. The thing is with Arteta's haram ball, at least it's like, at least you can see the haramness of what he's doing. Like he's just defending very, very, like at least there's structure to the haramness. But like with this, there was no kind of structure to it. It just kind of felt disjointed and kind of all over the place. Kanate's head is in Madrid, yeah. No, I agree with you. He's reminding me a lot of 66 last year. 66 last year where he was there. I mean, physically he was there, but mentally he was not there. And it just kind of feels very, very reminiscent of that. Slot needs to change his ways. He's messing up. I think he does need to tweak. I think he does need to tweak the system. I think he's trying things differently to kind of last year, but maybe he's going a bit too different. I appreciate maybe he can't replicate exactly what he had last year because he had different players then, but maybe try and find a halfway house, some sort of compromise between last year's system and this year's system. Maybe that's the way. But equally, like this is what he's paid to do. Like this is kind of what he's employed to do. So let's see how he copes with an adverse situation. Just get rid of Konate in January. Duke Dumond is saying we need to find a plan B to our attack as well. It seems as if it seems if a team plays low block, we either still press it around the back or we go long. We need to be braver and pass through the middle. Yeah. No, I agree with you. We need to be less kind of less predictable. It's becoming kind of quite obvious what Liverpool are going to do, and I think as an impact of that, teams are knowing where to defend. So teams know what Liverpool are going to do, and they just kind of stick players there, and then it works because Liverpool don't try anything different. So I think you're right. Pep roulette. What's Pep roulette? Reluctant Gamer says, "What time are you streaming tomorrow?" It's gonna be the Barcelona PSG game. So I'll probably create the YouTube thumbnails and streams. I'll probably create the YouTube streams tomorrow morning. Is it? Yeah, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tomorrow. Andre says Slot needs to go. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I think you need to give. I think you need to give time. You need to give time for managers to kind of work things out. It's never the solution ever just to kind of sack someone the first time it goes wrong. Also because of the message that sends. Because for argument's sake, I think if you were to kind of sack him, what it also says to the next manager is you need to perform right away, and if you don't, we're going to sack you. And I think if you send that kind of message to prospective employees, you never really get the best out of them, because then they'll be kind of too scared to make a mistake. And I think if managers are too scared to make a mistake, then you get an Arteta situation whereby they defend with 10 players all game, and then you go 7 years without winning anything. So I think managers and players need to be given flexibility to kind of make mistakes and come out of that. Duke Dumont says, "I only just found your channel, mate. I've just subscribed." Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the also the point you were making before about how Liverpool need to be a bit more kind of unpredictable and so forth. So those were really good. So yeah, thank you for that. Appreciate that. Hood says, honest opinion on the ref tonight. He was okay. Like it wasn't the best kind of refereeing performance I've ever seen, but equally, Liverpool were trash. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, the referee wasn't great. I didn't think the Galatasaray penalty was a penalty. So I think he got that wrong. But equally, I didn't think the Liverpool penalty was a penalty. So he got that right. So the ref was okay, but it's like Liverpool were trash. So that to me is like the bigger concern. But again, like I wouldn't go so far as to kind of say get the manager out, because that's not gonna. You don't win the league and then also be top of the Premier League and then sack a manager. It's just insanity. I think people are just very reactionary. Yeah, I'm like, what? And again, it's madness, because it sends the wrong message. Because then the next manager is gonna say, "Oh no, if I don't have flexibility to do what I want, I'm gonna have to go really defensive, because if I lose a game, they're gonna sack me." So I don't think that's the kind of way to do it. Yeah, 117th minute. You never know. They might restart. They might restart the game. Yeah, time is still going. I'm hoping they restart the game, and might give us a chance. Duke Dumont says, we were robbed of seeing Ekitike and Isak play together too. Damn, man. Yeah, no, I was when I heard Salah was not in the team, my kind of instant thought was, okay, so it's gonna be Ekitike and Isak up top. Fantastic. We're gonna see a slightly different dynamic. And then I saw it was Ekitike by himself, and I was like, But I think we will see that. We will see that soonish. Because I think Salah can't play every single game, kind of because of his age. And I think additionally, Frimpong doesn't look great at right back, but equally, I don't want to form definitive conclusions off the back of kind of one away game. But I hope we see that soon. Don't cry, we won. Referee is good. I'm not crying. I'm saying Galatasaray deserve the win. Galatasaray were better. I know it's the default thing to say don't cry, but I think Liverpool played poorly. The referee was okay, but I think the referee wasn't the biggest problem there. Yeah, Gravenberch would be a better centre back than Konate. I think Konate's head is elsewhere. Why is the timer still going? Says Thomas. I'm desperately hoping they restart the game. We might get a goal, but I don't think they will. But anyway, it's 10:30, and I was about to say that's my bedtime, but it's not my bedtime. I don't have a bedtime. But equally, if I stay here for hours, I'm going to wake up with a headache. But anyway, I shall be back tomorrow. PSG versus Barcelona. So that should be good. Then I'm on holiday for 2 weeks. And then I'll be back for Liverpool versus United. So I think even if Liverpool lose to Chelsea, they've at least then got an easy fixture to get some form back. Yeah, we were rubbish. And people are gonna make excuses about the referee and this or that, and I'm like, yes, but equally, you'd expect a bit more. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Hope you guys have a nice evening. We'll be back tomorrow. Take care, guys. Enjoy your evening.